Hello and welcome to my first proper video for Arc Evolution. Now, I've set up an egg farm with how the hell did you pronounce it? Carbonosaurus? I think that's... No, not Carbonosaurus, it's Carbonemys. Carbonemys. Okay, there we go. I never thought I'd be actually have to say it. So here we go. So I've got 4 Carbonemys. My God, how do you... Oh, wait a minute. There's a on the here we go. Oh, okay. I thought it would tell me how to pronounce it, but it was just the sound from the gamerpedia.com site. Okay, so I have 4 of them. 4 carbs. There you go. We're going to call them carbs. And Shasta, Esmeralda, Popcorn, and Cherry. Now, Cherry was born in captivity. The other 3 were tamed. So I bred a carb, and you know, they got pregnant. They delivered an egg, and 3 of them popped out. It's very how long did it take? It took about an hour. With 4 campfires, and then I had to turn the campfires on and off, or light them and put them out to regulate the temperature, because sometimes it'll get too hot, sometimes it'll get too cold. The best way is obviously with an AC unit, but I have not got one yet. So 3 of them came out. You had to feed them so quickly that I wasn't able to keep it up. One of them died, Ralph. He died, although I wasn't sure if he was a male or a female. Okay, I'm just looking at the chat. One of the problems with Arc, there's no way to turn the chat off permanently, which sometimes you want to do that. Or maybe there is, I just haven't figured it out yet. This is a work in progress, obviously, because I'm pretty much a newbie to this game. So I've got my 4 carbs here, and I'm waiting for an egg drop. Now, I've read that they drop eggs every 17 minutes. However, the last egg drop was at 10:33. It's now 10:55, which is over 20 minutes. It's 22 minutes. So we've not had an egg drop in 22 minutes. I think Esmeralda was the last one to drop an egg, and Shasta did drop an egg about 5 minutes before that, so she should be ready to pop. But they're not popping. You notice the little hearts there? That's because there's a male around, and I haven't tested out if they still drop eggs if there's not a male around. God, this is my first video, so it's going to be bad. Let's face it. But this is just informational rather than entertaining, unless you like looking at a carbs bomb and find it quite entertaining. I mean, you could probably do a song to this with the tails. I like the carbs because they get a lot of hit points, so they're good tanks to take around the place. So you can the delos can help level them up. You know, 1 carb can take on a delo no problem. So it's a good way to get meat and hide. And you take a bunch of them out, which I haven't done yet. I've got a total of 6. I've got these 4 females and 2 males. And well, I'll tell you what. Let me give you a quick tour of the base, or maybe we'll do that for another video. Yeah, let's just stick it to the breeding. So, and you can see here, I've got my breeding pen set up, which is outside of my main walls. It does go a bit in the water. I was planning to take it into the water, but it's very tricky to get them the fences lined up properly in the water, and laying fence in the water is a pain in the backside because the water makes you move around a bit. So what we've got here, and yeah, the gaps, very difficult to get things lined up. And this is my main base at the moment. As you can see, I've got busy with the paint. I quite like it. Yeah, it's sort of a purple, indigo purple with the red stripes. I'm thinking, yeah, that might be my signature base. Oh, we've got poo. I'm not really into collecting poo, but for the purposes of this, it's really tricky to get. Okay, let's leave that. That's too much pain. So, okay, so here's the rest. Let me show you what the rest of the base was. So here's the male carbs. As you can see, they've got their hearts upon them. This is Boris the Third. I've had two other Borises. They both got killed. One of them, yeah, one of them is mega piranhas. They're very tricky. Mega piranhas. They can take them out if you cross a wide stretch of water. It's very dangerous. So this is the twin brother of Cherry. This is Stax. They both came out as level 19s, and that does it say their parents? No, I thought it did say their parents. Let's just check. Let's just go into their inventory. No, it doesn't check their parents. I thought it did. Okay. He's ready to level up. So this is the base. So I've got, and then I go for stone dinosaur gates. I've worked out it's not that much more than stone walls in terms of cost, and they're easier to sort of lay down. And you don't need foundations with them as well, which is a pain. Although these are dinosaur gates, wooden dinosaur gates, whereas these are, I think these are reinforced. See the water, it's very tricky to stay still. It's my experiments in painting. I just wanted to see what the paint looked like. Got a cooking pot there. I've got a fertilizer bin there, but I don't really use it that much. Let me just check on the eggs. I think we're about 25-26 minutes after. Still no eggs. So this is 26 minutes. It may be. I want to check if you log out and log back in if you get any eggs. Okay, so this is my main dino who, is very cool. Fish and chips. There's a Stegosaurus. I think I tamed him. I think he was 30 or 40. So he's been with me quite some time. And it took, oh my god, between 3 and 4 hours to tame him. I think it was 4 hours. And it was just insane because I didn't realise how long it would take. And it interferes with life. The Arc Evolution really interferes with life. It's one of those games that, bit like Eve, is very, very difficult to stop playing. And it is, I determine it as a 4X game, which is explore, exploit. Oh, what is it? Explore, exterminate. I can't remember. I'm supposed to be writing a blog post on that, but we'll talk about more of that later. This is the first video, so it's going to be crap. We've got a ballista turret up there. I mainly built it just to be able to build it really and get the experience points and stick it on the top, so it looks good. I haven't actually fired it yet, which is a bit daft because I haven't actually trained for the ballista bolts. But maybe we'll do a video on that, see, take out a dodo with a ballista. So these this is a feeding trough which I just got yesterday. The problem with the feeding trough is the berries go down very quickly. As you can see here, it's 25 minutes. So whereas if you stick them in a dino, and I've got a lot in the steg, which is ridiculous because it adds to the weight. If you stick them in a dino, they don't spoil for, well, that's the same time. That's interesting. Okay, it's 25 minutes. It seems that they go quick. Okay, now here's the thing. So I just got this yesterday, so I haven't learned about it. It may be that the dinosaurs are eating them. But I thought the berries lasted longer. The one of the issues with Ark, which isn't really a problem because it's a great game overall, is that it's pre-release, and so that they're still tweaking the times. So sometimes you think you got the times right, and sometimes so. Now let me show you where I am on the. That's bad practice actually, having fish and chips' tail coming out, because somebody could come along and attack him. Wouldn't do that much damage, probably wouldn't be able to kill him. However, it's bad practice. So this is my base. Yeah, is it good, is it bad? Who knows? I'll let you be the judge. We've also, now I'm on the south. I'll show you where I am on the island. We've got base, and we've got that green dot is actually, it's very different. The map system could be better. I always forget the okay, I was just going to say I always forget the latitude and longitude, but it's actually on the map. Latitude is on the left and longitude is along the bottom. So there you go. So that's where I am. I find this area it's quite good to build a base to start out. I'm on a server that's it's a PvP server, but it's quiet. It's a quiet server. You got this island over there. That island over there is quite tasty actually, but usually it's inhabited as a base. Yeah, so most of my action is taking place around the south-east coastline. I have spent some time at the north as a startup character, but that was really hard. The west was hard as well, so I quite like the southeast, probably because I spent my time here and you get to know but I can't go past stones now without picking them up. So here's a structure I'm building so that I can get up to the top of the cliff, and up there my intention is to build a larger breeding section. We got is that a dodo? And you see there is a lag, maybe down to my computer, although it is an i7. I can't remember. I'll give computer details out because I quite find that interesting what people are running, but it's not the smoothest, and it's probably down to my settings as well. So there's my base, and let's go. Well, this is turned out to be a longer video than I intended. However, because it's the first, it's not really planned. So what I'm gonna do is we'll go up. So what I've built this little structure here to stop mostly newbies climbing up it and doing stuff. If you were a serious player, you'd be able to get in after a while, but there's nothing of any value here, and there's no reason for people to attack. It's very tricky to build these structures in a sort of sensible way, so you kind of have to do a lot of testing, and eventually you get to the right. Now, you know, it's not very smooth, is it? It's not put together very nicely. So here, ooh, there's a nice dino. So this here is where I'm intending to build a little breeding section. We've got a lot of space there, and we can build up a secondary base. I quite like the idea of a secondary base because if you get attacked, usually they haven't got time to go to the secondary base, or they may not even realise that you've got the second base, although this is quite close, so you should realise. Here's the top view. Actually, there is a higher section. Quite interested to see how high you can actually go with these structures. And there's my base there. I quite like the colours. The contrasts work well. I quite like the idea of doing the central keep and then the walls around it. And you see there I've got an extension there that's a storage extension. So quite like the idea of building a lighthouse as well on the coast. I've got the torch there that I could light if I'm around. So over there's a nice chap called MJ, and he's quite an advanced player, and he's quite good. Over there you got the Alpha Tribe, who are at the moment buying eggs from me, which is my intention. I find with Ark it's very good for teamwork. If you're in a team, you can really do a lot of things. If you're on your own, it's really hard. So, although I don't really want to be in a tribe because, is that a what's it called? It's not a shark. I think it's one of those dolphins. I can't remember their names. I need to tame one just to do it. I've got a long list of things I need to do. One of the things I like to do is actually make a video where I walk around the entire island. We'll see if that works. Right, so I'm going to finish this off, not by jumping down, because that'll probably kill me, even though I am a level, they're my stats, level 61. I'm Crunchy Cat, which I quite like. What I would like to see an improvement when you're walking down steps, I'd like to be able to look left and right. At the moment you can't look left and right. You can look up and down, which is still kind of fun. Can I just say, this is a brilliant game. It ticks a lot of boxes, so any success the game has, I can contribute to. That's good. I quite like, I've got the speed ramped up on this character. Get some stone whilst we're at it. Okay, so that's pretty much my base. I'm going to cut this video short now because I want to get on with some of the. I tell you what, let's go and check the eggs, and then we can go in here shortcut. This is a great thing about building a base with gates like this as well, is that you're restricted on which bit you can go into, and I quite like that. So here we are. See, no eggs, although I don't think they would have dropped them. They decompose in, is it 5 minutes? I'll have to check on that, but still no eggs. So, which is, it was 10:33, it's now 11:11. Now if I log off and then log back on and then wait 17 minutes, I may get an egg. Now I'm trading eggs at the moment for 30 eggs for 200 crystal. Who knows whether that's a good deal or a bad deal. Well, I'm gonna log off, so I'm gonna go into my Boris and Stacks. I'm gonna go back into my base and then log off and then log back on, and I'll quickly show you the base. Feeble attempt at painting there, really just testing the paint out. It's quite a fun. I've got a torch going. If you're lighting torches for light rather than using it as a charcoal production unit, use thatch, because it's more plentiful when you, well, if you collect him with a dino like a stegosaurus, you get so much thatch, it's crazy. So this is my base, some storage there. I like to keep the furnace, the smithy, and the pestle and mortar and pestle within easy reach, because that's the production sector. Oh, excuse me, I probably need to get rid of that storage box that's in the way and redesign the ladder up to the roof. I'll do that later. I've got my bed, I'll probably move that campfire. So there's lots of things to do. I'm arranging my storage boxes here. This was an impromptu incubation section that you put the egg in the middle of there, and hopefully it would incubate. The new what's it called? A new item in the game is the war map, which yeah, so it's not that useful. It's blurry. What I would like to see is the bits that you visited are unblurred. I understand that you have to blur the map a bit, so that people explore. The thing is, you can go online and see the map anyway, so it's having it blurred like this. But I think the map, having the map on the wall here, I'm sure they're going to be doing paintings as well. What would be cool is if you could take a screenshot of your dino, and make it into a painting, like kind of Minecraft, and then stick it on the wall, so you have a gallery of your dinosaurs. Yeah, it would be kind of cool. It would be even more cool if you could have the stats live updated on your... Oh, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? It would take more server. It might be too much server stuff. Okay, so yeah, so that's the base. I'm gonna log off now, and then I'll check out. I'll give you an update on the egg breeding thing, because that's something that I am up for doing. And now I'm going to log off.